All right, let's get this thing going. Might just hang around for a few minutes to see if anyone else turns up, wants to catch the start of the stream. How's it going, Ismilzapog? I'm sorry, I don't know if that's how you pronounce that. Ismilzapog? Pog? Yo! Okay. Yeah, so I thought I'd play some Galactic Civilizations 4, considering the game has been released. It was released on Thursday. And yeah, it's available to the public in its 2.0 version. Stardock have really kind of polished this game up in the last couple of weeks, I've got to say. Like, they've ironed out most of the I'd say most of the bugs that I could see. So it's looking pretty good. Hey CB, how's it going? Dem Bones Man. Howdy. So yeah, I've been playing this a little bit on my own. I've had some crazy stuff going on this weekend, like that's just completely not work related. So I've not really had much chance to kind of play or promote the game, which is a bit of a shame. So I thought I'd get on and I thought I'd just get on and talk to people, because I just want to hang out with people, to be honest. I fancy hanging out and just playing some Galciv, and I can answer some questions if anyone wants to ask any questions about the game, and we'll just play. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do today is sort of like, I'm trying to God, look at that thing. Let's just delete that guy. This is something I made for the Steam live stream the other day, and it was, yeah, it was cool, but I don't really like kind of the cutesy stuff really. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the game on on Genius, which is this is the difficulty setting that I like to play on, and I'd say that it's challenging. It's pretty challenging, especially if you put the AI races on the recommended amount. So that's probably what I'm going to do. Who am I going to play as? I like the GPT factions, definitely, but I'm still really falling. I'm still in love with all the core civs. So I'm kind of working my way through all of these guys. I think once I've exhausted those, I'm probably going to think about playing with the GPT once more. I notice everyone's playing with Korath at the moment. I kind of want to play with Korath, but I think a lot of other live streamers have been doing that. So, who can I pick? Kind of tempted to go with the Cosmic Contaminant. These are good. These are really good fun. The only thing is that tomorrow I will be doing a live stream with these guys on Steam. So maybe I pick it to someone else. I do like these though. These are really cool. These. Oh, it's Mills of Pog. Thank you for the donation. I really appreciate that. That's very, very kind of you. Thank you. Bless you very much. Yeah. So. I like the Cosmic Contaminant. They tend not to have any friends because they're basically out to irradiate the entire galaxy. So they are really, really good fun. I've also been playing with the Watcher. These ones are good, the Intuary. But I've got a bit of a hankering to play with the corporate sector. These are really, really interesting Civ. They're kind of more interesting than they look. Grimdark, ammonia or silicoids. I can't figure out how to play either. All right. I could play a Silicoid faction. So Luxor I've actually played in a series. So, but we could try playing the Onyx. So the trick with these guys is you need to gather Promethean. Basically, their growth rate is based on how much Promethean you've got. So this is challenging if you are kind of penned in at the start of the game and you don't have any Promethean. Which I think is likely what's going to happen. So, yeah, let's try that. That could be fun. So these guys are Promethean born. They've got double the normal hit points, but they don't heal normally, right? So I can't remember how they do heal. I think you have to get them back to a shipyard. I don't actually know the answer to that question. I'll have to figure that out. I've never played these guys, I don't think. Experience means that all ships receive 25% more experience points in battle, so you're going to get strong quite fast. Traditionalism's a good one. I like this. I particularly like the Hall of Tradition you get at the start of the game. It's Milzapog saying, no problem, been watching you a ton, so it's well deserved. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. I'm glad people enjoy what I do. I wish I could get more videos out at the moment. The thing is, when I make them, I'm mostly doing video production at work as well, most of the day. So my energy for making videos. The other thing is that you guys probably don't know is that I'm playing a couple of multiplayer games in the background. One of them is the Shadow Empire game, which is still going on. There's been multiple big breaks in that because people have either been on holiday or they've been sick or various other things. Or sometimes it's me, I just haven't had time to play. But the Shadow Empire game is still going on. But we've also got... I've also started a John Tiller campaigns war game in modern campaigns. Fulda Gap 85, which I'm playing with somebody right now, and again it's a little bit slow at the moment because of the release of Galactic has just been big, so we've had to jump on that, but I've been looking forward to getting that out to you. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably wait another 20-30 turns or so, and then I think I'm going to start putting that one up. CB saying, after watching you and Daz play, I ended up buying Galactic 4. I waited until release and ended up paying $10 more, lol. If I'd done it a few hours earlier after I'd woken up, I'd have saved $10. Yeah, that's a shame. I'm sorry to hear that. I think the idea is that, you know, the early access was always going to be cheaper for people who wanted to, you know, who didn't mind helping with the development of the game, essentially. CB saying, I hope they use that 10 wisely. Yeah, I'm sure they will. I'm sure they won't all spend it on drugs and bimbos, as Mac from Worth By likes to say. Right, let's get into this. So, yeah, okay, let's play the Onyx Hive. This looks like it could be good fun. So, Grimdark saying, oh man, those are hard. I remember playing Shadow Magic play by email. Getting everyone to do their turns can take weeks. Yeah, I like. It's fine if you've just got one other player. So with the Tiller game, it's just, you know, you've got the NATO forces versus the Warsaw Pact, so there's just two players, and my opponent's great. If anything, it's me. I'm holding it up because I've just not really had time to play turns this week. So he's been very patiently waiting, but he seems like a nice guy. So yeah, he's being pretty cool about it. Okay, so the Onyx Hive are a technologically sophisticated worm-like species that originated around the volcanic vents of their homeworld. With a society filled with backstabbing and intrigue, the Onyx make natural spies. I guess these guys are going to come into their own a little bit more when, well, I think were these added in Galciv 3 during Espionage? I think they were, or Intrigue. That's right. They came in with Intrigue, I think. Flashpoint FPS. I have a Mac and can't play Galciv. The best I can do is watch you. Oh right, is it not supported by Mac yet? In fact, that's a shame if it's not. I don't really know anything about that side of it. Sorry, I'm not. You know, I'm not on the dev team side of things. So. Yeah, apologies. That sucks. Hopefully, the Starlock can do that at some point. You know, they're moving it over to things like Linux and Mac. Okay, so yeah, let's have a look. Actually, you know what? Thinking about it, if we're going to play if we're going to do a silicoid species, what I might do is I might play the Luxar, and the reason being is I know I've already played them. Oops. I just hit the wrong button. The reason being is because I think the Onyx are one of the civs that will probably be getting some features added soon. So I think what I might do is I might actually play one that's got some more of the features that Brad particularly has been putting into the game over the last couple of weeks. CB, question about minor civs. Are they only there for fodder or trade, or I don't remember seeing them in any of the streams. At the moment, the minor civs don't do a whole lot. Their planets. Gosh, this is taking a long time to load. The planets are basically there. You can swallow them up with influence, which basically means that they work like a colony at that point. So let's get back into this. So they work like a colony at that point. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Let's make an alien GPT civ, and oops, sorry. Let's make an alien GPT civ, and we'll basically make them a silicon-based version of the trading faction. So let's go with individualism, and we'll go with trader and greedy. I think is going to be the one. Yeah, that looks good. We'll go traders, and I forget what it is that they have now. I think it's explorers. Maybe we'll give them something else. Craftsman might be a good one to go with. Let's make our citizens... Yeah, let's go with Onyx. That might be kind of interesting. Yeah, because they need... This is one thing I've noticed about this. You kind of need to match the citizens up. I think, like, just not speaking for Stardock now, just, you know, as a reviewer, I would like a little bit more cohesion between the citizen races and the way that the game mechanics work. Because at the moment there's some kind of like design gaps in it. I think maybe it might be just that I'm just not understanding it. Okay, let's go with the Onyx. Let's just try these guys. Yeah, so the minor civs, basically you can trade with them at the start of the game. You can also you can conquer them by force, just get a new core world, or you can swallow them up with influence, and then you get a what do you call it? You get a colony out of them, basically. So they are pretty useful, but I think that's one thing that a lot of people have asked for, you know, more to be done with. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Let's go for the Onyx ship style, because I think the Onyx ships looks pretty cool. Okay, that sounds good. Right, let's just quickly create one of these. Creatures. Okay, led by mysterious. And the reason why I'm saying this is because if you ask the game to put, oops, one Onyx in there. If you ask the game to put an existing species in there at the moment, it doesn't usually do it, because I don't think it's actually got a program to do that at the moment. Okay, let's hit generate, see what it comes up with. Ismildapog says, oh, sorry, Grimdark said, I agree, and Daz says something similar. If I choose Silicoid but want human citizen portraits, it doesn't work. No, it doesn't. It does work, but the problem is you get humans on your planet, and then, like, for example, if I noticed, if you choose, let's say you choose a Yor type, you know, like what do you call them, a synthetic, and then you choose humans, you're going to get humans on your planet, but then you can also create Yor. So that was surprising to me. So it definitely needs to be a little bit of polishing up on stuff, on certain things. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to try to pick something that looks sort of interesting and thematic. I actually quite like that. That looks kind of strange, and I don't mind strange. Okay, the Silicon Syndicate. That kind of like a bit out of focus. Oh well. Let's just save that. I'm not too fussed about what we've got here. The volcanic looks good. We probably should start on wherever the Onyx starts. The Drath, Korath. You can never remember which one it is. There they are. It's the Onyx system. That makes sense. Okay. What colour should we pick? I've got to be careful, because I will just faff with this stuff for ages if I'm left to my own devices. Is Milzapog saying, by the way, have you considered playing Distant Worlds 2? Yes, Distant Worlds 2 is one of my favourite games. It's one of my favourite Space 4X. I think that... Okay, off the top of my head, right, I'm going to pick 3 of my favourite Space 4X games. And so I'm immediately going to pick Remnants of the Precursors, because I still think the Master of Orion is one of the best. I'm going to pick Galactic 4 Supernova. And I'm not just saying that because I work for Stardock. I would have said that even if if they sacked me tomorrow, I'd still say the Galactic Civilizations 4 Supernova is one of my favourite Space 4Xs. And the reason is, as you will see as we're playing, I just think the early and mid game in it is just so good. It's way more fun than any other Space 4X I've played. I think that, and then Distant Worlds 2 would be my other choice, because I think Distant Worlds 2 is getting really good now. But I'll be honest with you, I've not really had a chance to play Distant Worlds 2 for a while. Because I've been busy with this, and, you know, also, I was a beta tester on Distant Worlds 2, and so I played the hell out of it in the, you know, when I was a beta tester. And it didn't work very well for me. I was one of the unfortunate people who had a lot of problems with the game engine for my computer, so it just didn't work. It sucked. So I kind of it bugged me, right? It really, really bugged me. So I want to play it again, but I just don't really have that much chance to play it at the moment. And I kind of want to come, but every time I played it in recent times, when I put it on for like, you know, 3 or 4 hours, which isn't long enough to play Distant Worlds 2, but I've been really impressed with it, like particularly the performance. It's been loads better. Here's a good setting. Yeah, something like this. So medium with a few. Habitable planets, star frequency, civilization proximity, distance. This is a bit weird at the moment. It doesn't behave in the way that you expect it. This is another complaint that I've actually had about the game. Like, it's depending on it's very much dependent on the Galaxy side, the number of sectors and the number of players you've got. But this would do different things. So to be honest, I just kind of leave that. I don't understand it. Okay. It is telling us that we want a recommended players of 13. I think I want it bigger than that. Let's just have a look. Medium several. Yeah, that's better. Let's get rid of the random faction, random civs. Because I don't want any, I just want the core civs in there. So I'm just going to put them all in. Yeah, so it's recommending 22. There we go. So we've actually got one more player than the recommended. This is going to be tight. Okay, this is going to be a really, really tight game, and I might drop the Onyx out just because we're kind of playing a weird version of the Onyx. Okay. Is Miltapog saying I've been putting off buying Distant Worlds 2 due to the price, to be honest, but other than the bugs, I enjoyed watching Tortuga play. Not sure if you know him. Yeah, I do know Eric Tortuga Power. He's a good lad. We've had him on the podcast. He's been on the Explorminate podcast many times. He's one of our friends. I really like Tortuga. He's a great guy. And yeah, if you want to learn how to play a game, if you split your time and attention between Tortuga Power and Daz Tactic, you'll get a pretty good understanding of what's going on, I'd say. Tortuga Power really goes very much into the into the very, very deep game mechanics, you know, and like he likes to get everything worked out before he plays. So he plays a game quite carefully, and he figures out all the mechanics, and then he kind of builds his his play style around that. And I really like that. I've not spoken to Tortuga for a while. I wonder how he's doing. I talk to Daz all the time. There we go. I really like this cinematic. I think it's really good. I've said this a few times, right, but I'm going to say it again. I don't know how a few people watching. So I was surprised, right, when I found out just how few people work at Stardock. Like, when having followed their games for years, and you know, I knew that they weren't a AAA, you know, huge AAA company, obviously, but they're also not. They're not like tiny. But when you see just how many people there are at the company, you are amazed at like how good the quality of the games are. Like, it made me quite surprised. Okay, what do we got here? Okay, yeah. So we've got all the corporate sector stuff. So we don't have the telescope takeover. So we're going to have to rely on probes. Let's get out this direction. We're going to have to work really hard on Genius to get to planets before the AI does. To see what we've got planet-wise. Ooh. Okay, so we've got plenty of wealth on here. That's going to be nice. It's also going to be good for influence. This is going to be a great kind of cool tourist planet. Proximity distant didn't do what I expected, especially for a medium sector size. The stars didn't spawn very uniform, so I had one civ right by me. Yeah. So there's one of the testers is called Ilana, and Ilana does videos as well, and he's really knowledgeable on the game. And he figured out that actually, if you set close, that will give you kind of what you're after, which is completely not what you'd expect, because you'd have thought close would have everybody close to you. But actually, if you set less, set less than the recommended number of civs, you know, by maybe about a half, and then set it to close, you'll actually get them quite, you know, they'll start in the same sector, but they'll be interspersed around you. So yeah, it's yeah, don't worry about that. We'll figure this out. So first, let's get this city down. This might be a good place to put it. So let's bang it down there. We've also got some Xanthium here. I'm going to put down this immediately, and this is going to be a good place for the industrial centre. We might tear this down later and rebuild it somewhere else if we find somewhere that's a little bit better. We've got a Beta Tron Collider as well. That's kind of interesting. Provides a charged up damage in enemy fleet. I mean, I'm not so bothered about that. We could actually research this and then destroy it and then get access to that, to these minerals, whatever it is that's on here. I'm going to rush build this at the start of the game. Ah, we don't have yet the crazy amount of credits that you get with the corporate sector. Ah, that's going to make things really, really tough. I don't know how far I'm going to get through this game, guys, but let's try it anyway. It'll be interesting to, like, I found that I find that the game is a little bit easy for me if I put it on, you know, if I give myself too much space to expand, because I know how to min-max expanding in this game now, so I find it a little bit too easy, I'd say. Yeah, this is not going to be the best planet for research either. I'm just going to put that there for the time being. It's so cheap, you can just rebuild it if you need to. So, okay, we also want to get the recruiting station on. That will increase growth. Okay, so it's gone up to 30 turns, look. The reason why, by the way, Onyx is slow to grow is because they're silicon-based. Now, they don't have any need for organic food, which is good, but their growth rate is pretty low. And I think their base growth rate is going to be 60. Yeah, 5. Let's have a look at this. 5 Onyx are giving us 2. Oh, wow, yeah, so it's like 40. Is that right? Yeah, I think that's right. It's I've not long woken up, so maths is not my strong point at the moment. Okay. We can also hire a miner. That's quite a good thing to do in the early game, so we can get some more. Yeah, we've got a bunch of mines here, look. Let's see if we can explore this a little bit first. We want probes, and we want them fast. Now with the corporate sector, you start out with like 7,000 credits, so you can really get a lot of stuff out of the early game. Grimdark. Oh, sorry, hold on. CB and more, and 2 more not very far away. 2/3 of the sector started empty. Right, yeah. I think there needs to be some work done on the way that the map generates. I like them. I like the maps it generates. I think the maps it generates are great. But it's like Shadow Empire. Remember when Shadow Empire, before you got the spread out thing? And so what happened? Basically, it's kind of the same in this. The game is designed to put the players in places where it kind of makes sense, but that's not always the place that it's going to be fun for people to play in. And it was the same in Shadow Empire. It took Vic ages to sort that out. Grimdark, see, I'm already learning. Never thought to use a recruiting station. Yeah, I'll be honest with you, I often forget about that one. I often forget about that. Okay, we've got a colony ship and we've got a freighter at the start of the game. We should have some people to trade with. We've got a flagship here as well. Let's just send this up. Oh, there we go. Look. See what we can find. I might actually just use this freighter to explore with. If we lose it, it's not the end of the world. We don't have any other planets here. Oh, yes, we do. We've got Lumina 1. Now, we can't rush build a... Yeah, I'm going to move this over this way. See what else we can see. Yeah, we've got Lumina 1 and Lumina. Let's get the miner out, and we'll get a mining ship. And we'll get it here. I think that's probably the best one. There we go. Alright. So we're going to get a little bit of extra mining income. You'll see here, look, we've got... Sorry, it'll be on the planetary input. So we've got some mined asteroids +4. So that's a decent little boost. Let's get these guys trained as workers as well. Now, generally speaking, your citizens add a little bit of every one of their statistics into your manufacturing, look. So you'll see, look, I can't remember the exact amount. But yeah, he's putting... Yeah, I think it's a 10th of your... It's clearly a 10th, look. So you're putting a 10th of everything into each one of these stats. But if you actually specialise them, they're going to work better. I would probably go with another worker here. I like to get workers at the start of the game. Yeah, you are going to drop your other research and stuff. I forgot the recruiting statement as well. Planetary improvement icons get covered up by a ship garrison there. Okay. Hit the next turn. Yeah, this is going to be pretty challenging, folks. Okay, we've got a white star there. That's not much use for us. Try going out in that direction instead. Okay, we've got some space junk here. Oh, we've got quite a lot of asteroids around. That is good. I'm pleased about that. I'm actually tempted to just go and map this star first. I think we want one more probe. We can afford it. Let's see what we've got here. Okay. Let's get you as the Minister of Exploration. Products Art. Then we want... Oh man, look at this. He's expensive. Let's get you as the Minister of Technology. Research is going to be a little bit slow. I think we're going to get one more probe out. I think on this difficulty setting, you really, really got to scout. It's so important. Okay, we've got a probe. That's my probe. All right. Oh, oh, it's the colony ship. Do I just grab this? I'm really holding out for a... Yeah, I think I will. I think I'm just going to grab this. That might be a bad mistake. I've noticed that if I put this many AI players on, usually, I end up getting penned in right at the start. And that's what makes the game difficult and interesting. Okay, research district, subspace scanning. I think we go with subspace scanning to start. To get the extra sensor range. Influence and approval. Okay. This is, yeah, that's gross income. That's manufacturing bonus. Okay, this is going to improve influence and approval. Okay. Yeah, by the way, this is if you want to play with a non-optimized faction, this is a good way to do it. this is really not an optimized faction at all. Yeah, we'll come back to that in a moment. Let's get this probe going. I think we're going to go out this way. I need to go out in as many different directions as I can. Okay, his flagship is very, very slow. What have we got here? I guess a colony ship. I'm hoping we're going to find a colony. No, it's not got quite far out enough to detect anything there. Got another white star. Wow, slim pickings, I tell you. How you guys all doing anyway today? You had a good weekend? Okay, let's get this freighter going out that way. Probably should have sent the probe out that way, but never mind. Okay, this looks like a largish star. I'm not sure what's going to be on that. It's got a couple of orbits on. Let's just leave this as it is. Ah, there we go, look. That's a better star. So we've got a Promethean. This is our target. We've got an excellent class, so 20 and an 18. Those are both really, really nice. So we definitely want to get this colony ship out. I don't think I can afford to rush build it though, so we're just going to have to wait. I think. Let's get you over here. Ah, here we are. We've got the Iconians. Ah, they've got there before us. I did wonder if this would happen. Look, they've sent two out as well. They sent two colony ships in the same direction. They're going to be our first targets for conquest, I believe. If we're gonna go on the conquest route. There's another planet there though, so that's where we can get our colony ship out. TB saying, I played Galactic 4 all day yesterday. Got to get real life stuff done today. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, you can't play all the time. I understand that. Okay, let's get this probe going out this way. Subspace scanning. We probably want to get the one with, yeah, low expectations. Okay, we've got the Taurians as well. Let's get the free constructors for starbase modules. I've got the colony ship. Colony ship's going to reach out over to Pandoros 3. Now, hopefully we can get there. Ah, we got another bunch of planets here. Look, we've got an amazing... Ah, this is a good one. Oh, we've got 4 planets here too. Right. Let's try and get another colony ship out. We'll go and try and grab this one, and then we're going to go and grab these. In fact, I'm half tempted, you know. That's got tourism and Monsantium. Monsantium's pretty useful, and it's also got quite... it's food, but we don't really care about food. I'm tempted to go up here and just get this sector instead. Got to be a bit careful though. We get someone who gets there before us. The other thing, of course, is the Iconians are xenophobic. They're not very friendly, but we can probably make them more friendly by trading with them. Doesn't look like there's anyone down here. Ah, there we are. They've got the Taurians there. The Taurians are going to push on us hard. These are just colonies right now, aren't they? Not core worlds. Let's get these over towards the Taurians. See what we can do there. I might actually get... Yeah, let's hire the merchant ship as well. We'll send this merchant ship out to... Send one of them up to Iconia, or New Iconia, wherever that is. We'll send one to Toria. We'll get trading with all these guys, and I think if we can get some trade on the go, we're going to be looking good. I've got a minor civilization, a minor world here we can trade with too. By the way, if you're a trading civ, these are really, really good people to trade with, because it doesn't matter if you end up going to war with one of the other civilizations, you'll still be able to trade with them. So they're well worth doing. What do we got here? Okay. Altarians, where are you? Oh, they're up here. Okay. Yeah, we might have made it better. This was probably a good decision to go for this planet here. Okay, this flagship is now going to start doing flagship stuff because we've explored enough. Yeah, you do miss out on the goodies that you get if you sort of don't explore immediately. But I think it's probably worth trying. Okay, let's go and grab... That's pretty good. Oh, wow, that's a good one as well. Like the wealth on that planet. Let's go and grab this one here. We're going to grab this system here. This is the beta monoceratosis. Monoceratosis. Okay, fair enough. Whatever that means. I'm going to go for traditionalism because I really like the Hall of Tradition. So that's our first goal, and it's not one that we are suited towards getting usually. We've got 18 manufacturing. That's not bad. We probably want to increase our research next. Say. Let's get some research up. Oh, okay, we've got the cosmic contaminants somewhere. Oh, there they are. They're down there. Okay. They might well end up being a foe of ours early. And we can make more money. Yeah, that's 25 control cost, and we get... Sorry, that's the higher minor. I beg your pardon. We have actually got an executive order that allows us to print money as well. Let's see what else we can do. So here's the Altarians. Let's just go and get eyes on Altair. So as you can see, we're in right smack bang in the middle of a whole bunch of civilizations. This is why I picked this kind of map, by the way, because I knew that we'd get into the action quite quick. And it's challenging as well. Like, you will probably see me right at the bottom. And I'm not a very... there's your corporate sector. I'm not a very optimized civ either. Right, let's get the high expectations guy out, because we're just going to be going on to the colonies. Okay, let's give that a better name. We'll call it Treasure Island.
The planet has a group of natives who possess relics that are significantly more advanced than their rudimentary technology. From their oral history, it is suggested that they embarked on a long journey and arrived here several centuries ago.
Okay.
The evidence gathered by your scientists seems to indicate that they
are
a
I remember
failed
this one
colony
now.
that has regressed to pre-industrial levels. It is conceivable that some of their relics could pique the interest of your researchers. However, these artifacts are of great value to the natives. What would you like to do next?
Okay, we could take the precursor nanites off them. They are, I mean, they are pretty useful. I forget what those are used for. I think they're more used right in the late game. 10% influence growth would be really good, but I quite like the traditionalism, so let's go with this one. Ismail Zapog says, wait, is this you? Yes, it is. He's saying, "Oh, you'll probably be forced to go military early in this game, huh?" Yes. Well, we'll see. The ability to stack star bases means that you can play tall in this game. So, and you don't have to. That's what I like about it. So I know there are some people who don't like that you can spam star bases. I really like it. I think it makes the game really fun. It's fun in the same way that this process is fun too. The city the colony management is also incredibly fun. Like I'm out of all the Space 4X games that I know, this is by far the best when it comes to to exploit. Yeah, I think it's the best of all the 3Xs. The only X it doesn't do so well right now is exterminate, but I don't think it's as bad as some people make out. I don't think it really wants tactical combat. That wouldn't work for me in this game. Tactical combat you can have in Master of Orion, but what do we want? We haven't got right. We can't send out any more colonies because our growth is just so damn slow. So I think that we need to grab this Promethean because I mean, look, one source of Promethean is not going to grow you very quickly. We're going to be a very, very small empire very, very early on, I'm afraid. That's just the way it's going to be. Yeah, we need to increase our growth. I think what we're going to do is go for growth stuff. So let's get a constructor out here now. In fact, no, let's get a supply ship because we are going to we're going to make Treasure Island a core world, I think. Yes, an amazing class. Chrome 2, which game did you like more? Galactic Civilizations 4 or Endless Space 2? I don't like Endless Space 2 at all. I could not get into that game. I found it incredibly boring. Now, I trigger a lot of people when I say that, so I want to preface it. It just did not grab me enough for me to really see what it showed. I know that there's a lot of people whose opinions I respect a lot who really love that game and they think it's great. I think it looks very, very nice. It's beautifully presented. Amplitude are incredibly talented at presentation. Getting a very slick looking UI, all that stuff. I think they're really good at that. But I found the gameplay was not my cup of tea at all. I don't really like, apart from Master of Orion, I don't really like the node based gameplay, which is another reason I don't really like Stellaris. Starbase modules. Starbase is upgraded through modules. Right, here we go. So this is going to give us a couple of construction ships. I think we probably go with the warships now because you want to get some warships out early. The other thing is, of course, is I reckon we should probably make the Iconians our first target. That said, the Cosmic Contaminant will also come knocking eventually, and they are not nice to deal with. Okay, Constructor. There's an Ascension Crystal out here. We probably want that soon. So let's get the Ascension Crystal. The other Constructor, we probably want to... Well, there's not much around here, is there? Let's go and get the Illyrium down there. I will prioritise the strategic resource at the start of the game. I think it's probably wise to do so. Here's Recapitalize. This gives you more money. This is pretty good. It's only 15 control, so you might as well. Yeah, let's do that. What other leaders can we get? We're going to want a Minister of Colonization. And this... Oh, man, look how expensive he is, though. And this guy's really cheap. As a diplomat, reduces the resistance of the civilization they're assigned to by 10%. He's also cheap. He's not got bad stats. The problem is he's not very loyal. Neither is he. Oh, dear. However... Okay, right. Here's what we can do. You can be our minister. So you can be our Minister of Exploration. You can be the Minister of Colonization, I think. And then we're going to have to get... We're going to need another guy to be the governor. He's a slumlord. Yeah, so we're going to lose approval with him. You do get more population capacity. The problem is you also get slums. So, but I think slums are not going to be a particularly terrible problem for us. I'd probably even just put him, the slumlord, as the Minister of Colonization and have this guy as the governor. He's going to have really, really low approval, though. So, yeah. But what are you going to do? CB says, does the new planet colony inherit the colonist's attributes? Meaning, is it good to send out high diligence, or what is your strategy for choosing a colonist for the ship? With colonies, no. If you're intending to turn it into a core world, so with a colony, you know, when it's just a feeder colony like one of these, look, it doesn't matter. You just want to get rid of the ones that have got high expectations. But with the core worlds, yes, it's important. You particularly want to pay attention to. Well, it depends. Like if you send out high diligence people, that would be useful on a core world at the start of the game. Let's assign this as a core world immediately. Yeah, so you'll see, look, this is the citizen that we got here. We got high diligence, reasonable social, expectations 1. This is great because he's got such low expectations. It means that the approval penalty is not going to be too severe at the start of the game. This is a good place for this, maybe. That would give us extra. That would give us extra citizen space. However, okay, that's techopods. Will give us manufacturing bonus. I love this. I love this puzzle side of the game, and I think part of the thing is because I'm not the kind of person who will go away with a calculator and try and work it out, like min-max it completely. It'll always be fun for me. I think if you're the sort of person who, with the engineering brain, who will just kind of go away, work out with a calculator the perfect pattern, then you're going to make this game, like, you know, you'll figure it out. You know, I don't think it's that easy to figure out. It's not a simple puzzle, but let's maybe put it here because I think what we can do is then we can get this here. Now, I don't want to rush build that, or do I? No, I'm not going to rush build it. What we're going to do is we're going to send a supply ship up that way. So let's get a couple of supply ships just get this colony going as quickly as we can. So who we got as neighbours? We've got the Iconians, we've got the Taurians, Cosmic Contaminant, and the Altarians. All of those are kind of dangerous, to be honest. The Taurians particularly, and I know that they don't seem like they should be, but they grow fast. They're also xenophobic, so they don't, you know, I don't know, they're just kind of, they can be troublesome, those guys. Here's our first anomaly. Armed shuttles and Universal Translator might be a good at this point. We get more trade licenses and we can get some more income. Our income is not bad for this point in the game. Hi Vaish, how's it going? Let's get Universal Translator and we can get talking to our neighbours. Okay, so we've got a Guardian here. Let's go and send one of those out to Treasure Island and let's keep one of them at Lumina. The flagship is just going to carry on finding stuff.
As your leading ship nears a deserted cargo container, it identifies an advanced deplete resources module inside. This enigmatic device
I care more about money in the start of the game than I do about weakening my rivals. That is a pretty brutal thing to do. But yeah, I want money. This is probably not the best thing that we could be doing at this point in the game. But yeah. Yeah, I do want to keep... you've got to balance your money in and manufacturing kind of carefully. Is Mills the Pog saying, what's your accent, by the way, within England? So, my accent's a bit weird. I'm from Derby, which is in the East Midlands. You might have heard of Nottingham. That's a more famous place in the area that I'm from, and Nottingham is about 16 miles away from where I was born. It's the sister city of Derby. So Derby and Nottingham are together. Derby is spelt like this. So that is where I'm from. Now, if you're in Australia, you'd pronounce that Derby, but it's pronounced Derby with an A, like with an A sound. And yeah, so that's an East Midlands accent, but that's not how, you know, like I can drive about 5 minutes away from where my parents, you know, where my parents' house was in Derby, and there will be people who speak in an accent so thick I can barely understand it. Which people, I think, often people are surprised by that when they learn about it in the UK. There's so many different accents. The accent that Brad has programmed the AI voice, it's my voice, but it's speaking in a southern accent. So that's how people down in the south of the country talk. So that's closer to kind of like a London accent. But again, saying London accent doesn't really mean anything because there's about 50 different London accents. Or maybe that's a bit exaggerated. There's probably about, there's at least 10 different London accents, or 20. It's crazy. London's like a city in itself. Let's get this guy trained as a worker so we get more manufacturing output. You'll see that this is because we've got that supply ship. Actually, has the supply ship come out yet? No, here it is. Let's get this supply ship out this way, and we'll start building up Treasure Island as quickly as we can. We probably do want to build some fighters too. Once a universal translator comes in, we'll have a bit of an idea of how people feel about us. Cosmic Contaminants are doing well here. CB saying, still a trip hearing a mostly de-accented battle mode as the event narrator of Galactic 4. If you really want to hear some crazy stuff, set it to a language like Greek or Mandarin. And then you'll hear me speak in Chinese, which is just mind-blowing to me. It was very, very kind of Brad Wardell to reach out, and he was like, hey, do you want to be the voice of Galciv? And I was like, okay. In fact, actually, that's not quite how it happened. I think I can tell this story. This is not breaking NDA. So he basically just said, hey, send me some voice files. And I was like, all right, sure. And I did. And then he sent me back some footage of, an audio file of me speaking a different language. And I was like, what what are you doing to me? And he was laughing because but the thing is about Brad, I want to tell you this. Brad loves working on this game. And you can tell because he's been working on the game every weekend for like the past 2 months or 3 months. Like, he doesn't do anything else at the moment. It's been his life. So he's really put his heart and soul into it, and he loves working on it. It's just, I said to him, like, don't you get tired? Like, don't you need to break? And he goes, I love doing it. He just said, this is what I do for fun. So, like, that tells you something about Stardock. An attempt to create an improved antibiotic has instead produced a bacteria. Oh no, this is a bad one. Okay, minus 25 growth. I mean, our growth's pretty slow. It's not going to hurt us particularly. I think the growth will hurt us less than the the approval penalty. That's pretty brutal. Mind you, minus 25 manufacturing. $20 months is a long time. I think we're just going to have to eat that one. Yeah, I mean, that's going to hurt our growth, but what are you going to do? Okay. Ismail Zapog is saying, in my language, whenever two football groups from the same city have a match, we call it derby. It's supposedly after your city. Yes, it is after... I think it's after my city. I'm not sure about that. If that's the case, it will be the derby match that is between, the derby rivalry that's between Derby and Nottingham it's actually between Nottingham Forest. So it's Nottingham Forest FC and Derby County. And the interesting thing, right, I'm not a big football fan, so I don't really care, but a lot of my friends are, and they tell me that one of the interesting things about that particular derby match is that there was a very famous manager called Brian Clough, who I met. In fact, I kind of bumped into him quite a lot when I was younger. He was a really nice guy, Brian Clough, and he was a famous manager in the UK. Like, he was one of the most famous football managers ever, and he took Derby County from being just like a low division, team, right up to the Premier League. I think he took them up to the Premier League. He did really well with them, and I think he either had. Then he went on to Nottingham Forest afterwards. Or it was the other way around, I forget now. But anyway, so Derby and Nottingham, we've got a lot of rivalries going on, but we are united in the fact that we had the same manager for a while. And so the road, after Brian died, the road that's between Derby and Nottingham, the main road, is called Brian Clough Way now, which is kind of interesting. But he was cool. I met him several times. He was an alcoholic, and he used to go. I was doing a paper round when I was a kid, and Brian used to come in. Cloughie used to come in every morning for his bottle of vodka or whatever it was that he was drinking, and so he'd buy his booze in the shop that I was working as a paper boy. But he was so nice. He was like a really nice guy. He gave me and my mum a lift home from a theme park one time because he knew that we lived nearby. He just like stopped us like, hey, jump in. So he gave us a lift home in his big expensive car. Okay, yes, we're gonna colonize that one, right? So Treasure Island has not got a bad resource input now. Look. Oh, wow. Look at this wealth input. We're going to make bank. That's what I like to see. Do we want to get the shipyard up next? Depends how close we are to getting... I think we probably do. Because even a shipyard with a low military output is still going to do something. Ah, we've got some space monsters here. A Nuskan fleet too. Okay, let's kind of go around those guys then. They might go for the Altarian probe first. Okay, we found the corporate sector. This isn't the worst set of neighbours we could have had, although look at how fast the Iconians are spreading. Pretty quick. Here's the Ascension Crystal. Look, now, I think we want to try and get down here. We want to get the Ascension Crystal as a priority, but we want the Durantium too. In fact, the Durantium might even be a priority, to be honest. But the Ascension Crystal, in the most recent patches, the Ascension Crystals had a real big boost. So they give you a lot of Ascension points now. Universal Translator has come in. Planetary Manufacturing, this gives us the supply depot, which I really like. Hyperwave Radio, though, is a must-have. Okay, so... what do we got here? Actually got some more people, more citizens now. Yeah, we'll want to save that for a tourism building. Manufacturing's still a little low. Yeah, perhaps more manufacturing. Oh, pollution's really high on this planet. Now, do we care about pollution? Yes, we do. When we got some Durantium, we could get the atmospheric cleanser. That would help a little bit with our growth rate. But I think we're going to be resigned to the fact that growth is just going to be bad for us. Okay, we've hit the edge of the map here. Here's a pro tip, by the way, to anybody who hasn't, who's not played so much. Don't keep all your probes and flagships on auto. They will die eventually. It's fine in the early game, but they will die. Let's get a colony ship up. I want to get that other colony out. I want to get this colony here. You really, really want a command bridge to upgrade your speed. There's loads of these up here, look, but there's kind of a lot of monsters too. Let's go and grab this artifact. I want this one down here.
Our scientists have developed a...
Okay, there's a universal translator. I kind of want to go nihilism now and then get to moral relativism, but this is a good one too. This is also good, Code of Law. But I do like the independence. Let's get the independence. Because that little ship, it does work. What I mean by it works hard. So it will help us get more of these anomalies. Let's get the supply ship out to Treasure Island. We've got another one here. You don't have to move those manually. I just like seeing it work.
A precursor artifact known as the Spores of Yggdrasil. This is a device that holds the incredible capability to transform a dead world into one that can sustain.
Yeah, we definitely want to use that. By the way, we've got some money. Ooh. This guy this guy's pretty good, look. Okay, he's brilliant. He's got really high intelligence. Let's get him as our Minister of Technology to increase our research further. Now, he might make a good commander. Meanwhile, we can probably make him a diplomat. Let's see if we can get some trade going with the corporate sector. I don't know how well they're going to be doing. I can't see where they are. They might actually be off in another area. Alternatively, they're here. We'll soon find out, because we've got a probe going that way. There they are, look. They are close to us. Okay, let's see if we can get some trade going. The corporate sector like trade, so do I. So that would be useful. How many trade licenses have we got? Oh, we've still got 6. So we should probably be pumping out... Now, we do want to get some ships out first. Yeah, I do want to get some ships. You cannot neglect military in this game. You want star-based modules for planetary manufacturing, open borders. Okay. The open borders will make it less likely for them to attack us. And to be honest, they kind of just go through your borders anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much. I'm kind of tempted to get... We already built the mining drones there, did we? Okay. Okay, there's our first trade route gone out. Who was that with? Get who I sent it. Oh, I sent it to Toria. Okay. So that will improve relations with those guys. I'm going to go with... Oh, wow. Frigates early as well. That could be useful. Also, artificial gravity is pretty useful. Let's go for artificial gravity there. I really, really like how the tech tree works in this game. I wasn't so... when I first started playing it, I was a bit like, oh, you know, it's kind of mostly just, you know, plus 10%, plus 1%, blah, blah, blah. But actually, the way that the tech tree is created to open up different branches of gameplay is actually really, really clever in this, I think. It's done better than most of the Space 4X games I've played, in my opinion. Okay. I think I want the Ascension Crystal. I can't do it. I'm going to have to go for the Durantium first. Okay. Yeah, I want the Ascension Crystal. That is important. But I think the Durantium is probably... Like, look, there's hardly any Durantium on this map. Oh, look at those guys got a manufacturing relic. And Durantium. Looks like the special resources, the strategic resources are a little bit lacking on this map, what should we say? Ah. Try to escape from those monsters there. Okay. We probably need to find out where the slipstream, the subspace gates are too. I'm interested to know, out of the guys who are watching, how are you finding the game? Like, how are you finding it? Are you enjoying it? I assume you're probably enjoying it at least a little bit, because otherwise you probably wouldn't be watching somebody else playing it. Okay. Can we grab that one? No, we need extreme colonization for that. Let's go and get this planet here then. Okay. Look at this. So we'll get a couple of Arnold Spice. That's okay. Again, it's one of those resources that you don't really use till the end game, or, you know, till later on in the game. Okay, we're just kind of scouting around Iridia. I think we do need to get some freighters out too. But I want the defenses up first, because if we're weak, we will get attacked. Okay. I'm going to put a mining starbase up here, and the mining drones. There we go. Let's have this probe going out in this direction. Now, there's a lot of artifacts up this way. Okay, here's artificial gravity for the extra movements and the logistics. Interstellar cartography would increase our moves even further, or we can unlock frigates, or we go for hyperwave radio. I want this one, I think. Yeah, because I want another policy. We've only got one policy at the moment, and ours kind of sucks. Supply depot. Let's put that there. We'll put a starport there, I think. Okay. Same job here. We're going to try and get this. Yeah, we want manufacturing to be maxed out as quickly as we can. Let's get this guy in as a worker too. Crime's kind of high here. Okay, we've got a shipyard up on this planet too. Let's get some fighters out, just so that we're building up our defenses. Okay, these guys are tripping. They're tripping and making all sorts of claims up. I'm just going to get them to tell them to get lost. They're probably going to attack us, I think. You're spying on our dreams. Like, no, what are you on about, man? You need to take your meds. Okay, let's get this flagship out to grab this space junk here. Vaish is saying, I think there are a lot of well thought out systems to create interesting choices. I.e., I get most of my income from trade, so I'm really not sure if I want to take out X despite it being good for us. Yes, that's what I like about this game too. The diplomacy, you know, the diplomatic side of the game is meaningful in this, which is really rare for 4X games in my opinion. Like, usually diplomacy is kind of just there to
the capsule contains
stop people attacking you, you know,
despite
or to trade a few goods with.
Invisible to visible light. But it does hamper enemy targeting systems enough to make a ship upgraded with it far more difficult to hit in battle. This could be a powerful ship upgrade for us.
This is a good ship upgrade, but I think I'm going to sell it. I really value money in this game, early on at least. Okay, he might make a good diplomat. He might also make a better Minister of Colonization. Let's get him in there. That's better. Okay, now, he's a slumlord, but we might just get him as a diplomat with... let's get him as a diplomat with the Taurians. I think these two can potentially... Yeah, they've not expanded actually as far as I thought they would. They grow really quickly. They usually expand like crazy. Vaish said they really need a new voice actor though. I'm making no comment. We get extreme colonization and space elevators. We give them starbase modules to Universal Translator and they want credits. That's kind of worth it, I'd say. Right, we can get a planet. We can... I'm pretty sure there was a... Where is it? There we are, look. So, let's immediately switch to a colony ship. And we'll spend a couple of turns building a colony ship and then we can go and grab a Kujam 3 here, this amazing world. Hopefully we can get that. In fact, let's send out a fighter just to go and guard this first. And we'll send our probe back up this way. Hopefully we get it before the Iridium do. CB saying, enjoying my 15 hours so far, trying the Archaeans in my first non-story play, second game overall, having to balance influence with military due to close proximity. So the game is really different, right? If you start in a cramped situation, like relatively cramped situation like this, it's so different than if you give yourself loads of space. Because if you give yourself loads of space, the game becomes an optimization game, which I really enjoy. Because like I said, I'm not a natural optimizer. I don't really have an engineering brain. I've kind of forced myself to have one when I was at uni doing an engineering style degree, but I'm not really naturally like that. So I find it fun because I'm not tempted to min-max all the fun out of it by working to optimization, if you follow me. So for me, I'm it's probably a bit stupid really, but every time I come into it, I'm like, oh, this is fun. And you know, it's like I have to do it. I have to learn it all every single time because I don't really learn anything. Does that make sense? It's kind of like, you know, I don't look at the overall patterns, or I don't look at guides, and so I'm never going to look at a guide for this because I just like figuring it out for myself. I find it endlessly entertaining. Let's get some income building out here. Oh, this is Treasure Island. Wait. So the reason why we've got it's only taking one turn is because we've got a whole bunch of stored manufacturing essentially. So I think what we want to do is figure out carefully what we want. There's nothing really that we can build here, so... This is a good research planet as well. I think maybe we get the financial district up there. That would be a good place. Alternative, this one here. Let's get the financial district up so we can start to get more money. CB was... Well, I was expecting a more spread out start. Yeah, so... Yeah, I think that's valid criticism of the game at the moment. That the starts are just a bit... I don't think it makes much sense how the... like, if you... Like, Ilana had to do a guide on it, you know, so... There you go. If you... I think that the way that that's set up will be to do with the way that the various algorithms work in planet generation. And... Like I said before, I really like the maps it generates. I think the maps are great. I think the issue is that it's not very clear to the player. You know, what... The settings, the names of the settings with the proximity do not equate to what you actually get. Okay, and that's a problem. There's a few little issues like that in Galciv 4 at the moment, but the dev team are working quite hard to sort of iron out bits like that. Okay. We're going to be left with just one guy on this planet. But there's nothing else we can do. Okay, there's hyperwave radio. What else do we want? Let's get frigates while it's cheap, while it's discounted. And then I'll probably go for space weapons and we'll start building some fleets. I have noticed in these streams the gumball machine look of the map as you zoom out is much reduced since earlier versions of the game. Although the map nebula is still rather unrefined compared to the rest of the graphics. Yeah, I think there's been a lot of work done to kind of like fix people's complaints. Like if you go to the Stardock Discord particularly and you say, hey, and if you politely say, hey, I've got a problem with the game, here's what I think, they'll very likely do something about it. Maybe we increase manufacturing for that approval penalty because we've got pretty good approval. Look, that's not bad. Yeah, we're going to lose it. Look, we're going to increase manufacturing at the expense of planetary research, but that's okay. Coordination beacon. No, I think what we want now is more research. We can. Now we also have this Xanthium extractor. It might be worth getting. Yeah, because that's going to give us Xanthium deposits. Techopods. Okay. We got the SS Survey. This is a flagship too. Let's get that one up this way. I might actually take. Yeah. Let's get this fleet going surveying up here. Now the reason why I'm taking another ship is just because we've got monsters up that way. Here's a fighter. I might send that fighter over to these guys as well. Let's send it up this way first. Kind of rendezvous with it. Okay, there's another colony ship. So now we've got... This is actually quite a productive planet, look. The planetary input's really high, particularly with wealth. We want to max out wealth on this planet if we can. We'll get that Techopod hatchery up first, though. Okay. Now we can upset the Utaurians and we can get 100 ascension points, which is not insignificant. Or we can increase our relations with them and get diplomatic capital. I'm going to do that. The Taurians are quite strong, and I don't think we're in any position to go to war with anybody yet. We probably need to do something about these guys, though. Income's still kind of low. It'll be more. We'll get more income when these freighters start coming in. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, if I can grab this planet, I'll feel... Oh, what's this? Okay, it's a constructor. That's okay. Now, I have got a fighter ready to shoot down any colony ships that come here, and I will do that as well, because I need this planet. Okay, we're going to lose approval, but they will like us for it, so I think we're going to do that. We can get the Taurians on our side. Yeah, they're going to like us more because of that, look. And we've got a diplomat working for us too. Here's another fighter. Let's go and get that fighter up this way. I'm going to move this up here. To start getting these anomalies. There we are. Got another one there. Yeah, we'll put those in there too. Just so we've got enough to... If there's space monsters, we don't want to lose like a flagship, because that'll be annoying. Plenty more over there too. Okay. Again, more... Increase our approval. Yeah, let's just increase relations with the Taurians. It's good to have a good trading partner. Let's see what the... Sorry, let's see what the Taurians will trade with us at the moment. They don't like us that much yet. What have they got that we could use? Asteroid mining would be pretty good for us. Okay, they'll nearly give us a couple. Let's trade back some of that diplomatic capital that we got. Better. Let's persuade them as well. We might be able to get something else out of it. Base weapons. Diplomatic capital is actually worth something now. I never found it at all useful, but now it's really it's worth generating. So the way you generate diplomatic capital is you assign the diplomats to various, so to the various civilizations, and you gradually accumulate diplomatic capital. No, come to my planet. Why don't you come here? Is there any automation for ships, waypoints, rally points? Yes, loads and loads. I showed that off yesterday, but basically you can... where are we? there's a way. Yeah, so I'm trying to remember where the waypoint button is. So if you go to a shipyard, you can hit the rally points there. So you click that, and then you click new rally point, and then you can put it in deep space somewhere if you want. You can then move it around afterwards and rename it and things like that. Alternatively, you can just set the rally point to any shipyard, to any planet or any starbase. And then once you've done all that, you can go to the automate button, and you can say that anything that's set to go to a specific place, you can send it to another place. Anything, it's like remnants of the precursors. Anything that's building a fight, this particular ship, you can then set to build another ship. You can send ships in different ways, fleets to different places. Yeah, there's loads of automation options. Yeah, hi Alexander Schonenberg saying yes, you can set up rally points from space yards. Exactly. And there's all sorts of stuff you can do.
Encounters a celestial phenomenon that
okay, this gives us 100 influence on all our worlds. That's good. Okay, here's an asteroid miner that we got with that tech. So probably the biggest asteroid field around here, isn't it? Okay, got another one. Are there any bigger ones anywhere? No. Okay, let's just grab this one over here. Plenty of asteroids. Lots of asteroids around this star. Yeah, look, 18. There's 18 potential asteroids, or there's 18 asteroids. This is what that means. That would be 1.8, I guess. 1.8 in manufacturing total, which increases with technologies as well. Let's get this probe over here. We can get an eyes on the cosmic contaminant. And that's about it. Oh yeah, we got this one to just to check out down here. I'm going to manually move this. I think it will move my stuff first before the enemy, though. Thinking about it. Victoria. Hold on. So maybe he wants to go to New Iconia. That said, I think if I'm going to pick a target at the start of the game, it might be these guys. Now the Iconians are actually winning. Oh, they're doing pretty well. Silicon Cartel is us. We are about equal with the Iconians. I'm actually surprised that the score's reflecting that I'm doing as well as I am. Like usually at this stage of the game, in a cramped game like this, it's not so easy. Can we get the starport yet? No. How good is the core world auto govern when I don't want to manage a dozen cores? Don't know. Don't use it. I think it's pretty good. It's as good as the AI would be for the the enemy planets. Like I've seen some people complaining that they've got to tear everything down. I think that it depends on what difficulty you're playing, right? It's one of the things I like about this game. You don't have to worry about this too much. You can place it down fairly willy-nilly on the lower difficulty settings and still have a chance at winning if you can't be bothered with it. So you can automate it and it's probably fine. But if you're playing on the higher difficulty settings, you're going to have to... Yeah, the automate is not going to be optimal, obviously. So let's get another manufacturing district up here. Okay. Let's get this colonized. Kujan. Get this fighter in there. And can we afford a governor yet? No, we can't. Can we afford to take anybody from one of these? I'd say so. Let's get... Oh, mind you, these are not going to be good governors because their loyalty is low. Yeah, we don't have any harmony crystals yet either. Okay. Yeah, all of these guys are not very loyal. That's a problem. This guy's okay. But he's got the approval boost that I really want. I'm tempted to go like this and get him in there. Put this guy as the governor of... There we are, look. Okay, so we've now got a core world here. That looks like a good place for a capital city. It's also a decent research planet, so we'll do something like that. Yeah. Try and get that one up to speed as quickly as we can. Here on Treasure Island, we're going to build some fighters. Start building our military up now. This is that time where we need to start building military ships. The Independence here. Now this can fight. It's not a particularly good combat ship. I think we're going to increase its movement range.
We've discovered a region in space that is strewn with the wreckage of numerous spaceships. Surprisingly, none of these ships show the typical signs of battle, such as explosion or laser damage. Instead, the damage...
Let's just leave that. I'm not bothered about the prestige point right now. I can be doing without the space monster. Vayesh is saying, one system I was really skeptical about was the research. Back when it was random cars, I didn't like it, but the idea of discounted and access to more text creates some nice decisions. Yeah, so this is what happens when one side of the Forex community likes random tech and the other side doesn't. You give the option for both. So you have a randomized system which gives you, discounted techs, but you don't have to use them. So it kind of solves both problems. Okay, there's definitely an issue there. Space doctrine. Leadership recruitment's really good. Getting better ships would be good, but leadership recruitment's really good because we want another policy. We've got one here too, so our growth is painfully slow. We don't want to go with land exploitation. Let's go with shipyard stimulus. Okay, that's looking good. That's looking good. Let's hire a merchant ship. Okay, that's a great idea. We'll get this one out. We'll send it to Iridia. Iridia's going to have really high. That's going to be a good trade route. Vayesh is saying, like for instance, that choice. Battle mode. Are those vanilla Prometheans or a creation of your own? This is ones I've made. So I was wanting to play the corporate sector, but then somebody asked me if I would play a silicone race, so I thought I'd build one basically. But we've got no Prometheans, so our growth is incredibly slow. As you can see, it's really, really slow. It was always going to be a challenge playing a silicoid race or silicon race on this map. Really, we're going to have to trade for any Promethean that we get, or buy it. But we can buy it. Problem is with Promethean, it's really expensive. It's like super expensive. Okay. What do we want here? I think it's going to be manufacturing all the way. Mind you, the wealth output is very, very tempting too. Culture output's pretty poor on our planet. We could end up getting culture push, by these, because these guys are, these guys I think have got decent culture output. Those don't. Altarians definitely do. I think we're all right. I don't have to worry too much about influence on this one, maybe. So let's get back to Treasure Island. Okay, that's manufacturing. Might just put a manufacturing district on there. Food's no good for us. We don't need that. Okay, let's get food up this way. By the way, this is going to make our flagship really, really slow, but at least it's not going to die when we bump into monsters and I'm not paying attention. That's why I'm doing that. Okay, where's this freighter going? Still only got that one up. I know what I did. I moved that back. I think I must have mistaken this this ship for a... I must have mistaken it for something else. Sorry, folks. I'm playing a bit too quick and not paying attention. And with Prometheans, I mean only Hive. Onyx Hive. Yeah, sorry. So we're playing with the Onyx civilians, but I actually made an alien GPT faction with them, basically. This is a really weak civ. They're kind of like a trading base civ, but without much of the useful trading stuff. I wanted to challenge myself a little bit. Like I've started to realise that I like this game best when it's difficult. Let's go and trade with the Altarians. Trading with everybody will basically mean you're less likely to be declared war on, or someone to declare war. I will put the influence building up here on Lumina. Okay, Guardian. We're going to Treasure Island. Alright. Okay, this probe's just going to search down this way. I think we can probably put this thing on auto explore now. They will get killed doing that, but they're only probes. Okay, we've got another freighter coming up this way. Interesting. They must have a core world down here then. How are we doing? We're actually doing first in influence. That's bizarre. Well, because my influence output looks really poor to me. Yeah, let's put you on explore, auto explore. Lumina here. Right, we can actually start building some frigates. I don't want to. I want to get a constructor up. I want to start building constructors now. Freighter. I think these guys are going to be the best to trade with. Or the Altarians. Looks like we've got a trading base game going on, and I like that. Alexander Schonenberg saying, yes, I think the first threshold is 100 Promethean to get some growth increase. Realistically, by the time you have 100, that growth isn't going to be important anymore. No, that's not how it works. So you get a percentage of any Promethean. So even one Promethean will give you 0.001 growth. Or it's actually 0.06. So you really... immediately you want to start doing it. So if you got one Promethean, then you're going to get, I think it's 0.006% growth extra. If you have 10, then it's 0.6. So your growth goes up faster. I think that's how it works. But I found that if you build recruiting stations anywhere in fluff like Colonial Clinic, that's lowered growth of silicoids. It's almost not noticeable. Yeah, it's there's a bit of an issue there, I think. It's like you can kind of get around it. You're still going to be slower than everyone else, and just bear in mind that everybody else who can grow with food will be also having access to those same technologies. Okay, so you're still, the thinking is, I think, that you're still going to be slower than everyone until you get the Promethean. I would probably make it maybe I would make the Promethean a little bit more effective, like 0.006 is kind of low for each Promethean. Maybe if they made it like a little bit more effective.
Comes across a deserted mining drone adrift in space.
Helios or Durantium.
It seems the drone originates from an advanced civilization, and remarkably, it remains functional. Your team of
forget what you need this one for. I'm going to grab that anyway, just because we don't have any of it. I forget what that. It might be in one of the advanced starbase modules. You want that? Wow, these are really slow, aren't they? This fleet taking a long time to get up that way. Oh, we got jumped on by some monsters. Let me take those out. No. Okay. To be honest, look, these fleet aren't even going to protect these guys. So we might be better off just ditching those slow ships. Yeah, I think I'm going to. Let's just get those guys out of that fleet, and then we'll just use speed and scouts to defend us. Okay, we've got manufacturing up here again. We really want to be doing wealth on this planet, I think. Let's get a bunch of financial districts up here. The manufacturing's not looking too bad now. Investigation mission. Let's just keep relations up for the time being. Now, this guy... Let's see if we can grab this before the Iridian do.
The captain of your flagship has reported finding a lost cargo container.
This is a nice one.
Aimlessly in space. Upon opening it,
but 400 credits is a lot of money too. I think that's worth getting. I would probably put that here. So this is the planet that's probably in the most danger of being culture flipped. Sorry, that's the wrong button. Oh, it's reducing the influence of target planet. Ah, okay. I wonder who is our rival here. It's going to be... Oh, it's the Altarians, obviously. Now, I don't know if this will work on the enemy. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it did work. For a while, it wasn't working. It was only working on enemy planet if you're at war with them, but I think they've changed that. Okay. Let's actually reduce their influence growth. Not by a lot, though. Yeah, they're going to be influence pushing us at some point. By the way, Alexander's saying, how does it feel to hear your own voice in the game? It's really strange. But it's like because I play it on English. To me, the English voice doesn't sound that much like me. It's like it's my vocal characteristics, but it's speaking in an accent that is a southern accent, so it's completely different to me. Leadership recruiting. The multiplicative effect a good leader can have on their people cannot be underestimated. All right. This gives us the maximum policies and better leaders. Oh, sorry, it heads towards Interstellar Cabinet, which is the one that gives us the extra minister positions, which is good. Let's start getting... tempted to get this really late stage capitalism, which for the extra trade licenses. But also upgrading manufacturing could be useful too. And this one might be good too, for better ships. Okay, let's just get experimental drives in there. I'm going to put this on auto now. Okay, we're obviously doing well enough that we're not considered to be a rush target at the moment. So let's have a look at this. They give us exotic world colonization for an exploration treaty. Yeah. Nope. 8.5. Yeah, okay, that's good. That's good. That's not bad. Let's get this guy on explore still. Keep these exploring manually. I think I'm going to bring these guys actually back this way. Just keep an eye on where those space monsters were. Is that being... Nope. Okay, we can go that way there. Oh, okay. They beat us to it. So we're in a bit of a race for the anomalies with the Altarians here. The Altarians are faster than us. That's kind of annoying. Let's go for this one instead. Alright. Let's get a worker on this planet. Let's increase the manufacturing. And I think we want freighters. Okay, our manufacturing's increased nicely. Let's just see how many trade licenses. Yeah, we've got 4 left. Ah, we've got 3 in the 3 on the go already. But we probably will. Let's get them out anyway because we will research the very late stage capitalism, whatever it's called. Here's a constructor. We've got some antimatter up this way. Antimatter would be good. Yeah, let's go out for that. Let's try and grab that one quick. I think I'm going to get another starbase out here first. We might even get a supply ship from that second planet before we get more freighters out. Okay, Iconians and the Cosmic Contaminants have got the most popular civilizations. By the way, these guys really, really snowball hard later. They scale up really, really hard, so be aware of that. Is it worth trading with them, I wonder? Probably not. I don't really want to make them any stronger. I think the Iridian are going to be... Oh, hold on. There was a... what's it world as well? Where was that? It's that one here. Let's go and trade with that one instead. Okay, we've got a constructor out this way. Go and grab this Illyrium out here. Strategic resources. I tend to go for them first. I don't know if that's optimal. I think the strategic on a map like this where there's not many strategic resources, it's probably wise to do that. Let's get up some more railgun fighters. Let's see if we can get a... yeah, we're going to be trespassing in their territory without an open borders treaty, so let's try and get that. We don't already have... Oh, maybe we already have it. No, we don't. Let's get open borders with them. They're probably going to allow that. Give us money is what we want. Okay. We're quite willing to... Okay, let's give them a couple of diplomatic capital. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, that's better income. Good, good, good. Let's not waste those. We're going to go send these back down to Treasure Island. Okay, defensive studies. Okay, here's the railguns. Let's get really late stage capitalism first. Okay. They want a modest sum of money for the harmony crystals. No. A bad deal, I think. We probably want some space scanning so we can do some trade with, you know, with some of the other sectors. This is just one of like 4 sectors or 5 sectors. I'm not quite sure how many there'll be. I've got some pirates in this fleet, look. An artifact here we missed too. Okay, I'm going to have to go hard on the star bases, which is great because that's what I like doing. I love building lots of star bases in this game. Now, yeah, I've seen some people saying they don't like that you can build lots of star bases. I think they said that they'd prefer it if you could just have one, and I don't see how you could make that fun. On behalf of the corporate sector, we entreat you to lend us your strength against a formidable cosmic contaminant. Nope. No, I wish to profit from everybody. Yeah, let's get this one here on this kind of side. And again, we're going to get mining drones. Alright, I think we've got one of most of the... I think it's thulium we don't have now. It's the only one we don't have. This flagship is a reasonable combat ship. Now the extended reinforced hull is really strong. But it's also good to be able to get better weapons too. Let's get better missile weapons on that. And we'll probably use this as a, you know, as a combat ship eventually. Because you will eventually just run out of all the resources, or run out of all the
your fleet has reported the discovery
anomalies.
of a lost cargo container floating aimlessly in space. Upon thorough inspection,
I'm going to sell that. I'm not that bothered about that. Let's get more leaders. Wow, he's good. Okay. Again, though, low loyalty. He's sort of cheap. But he's not bad either. He's a good leader though, he is. Let's get him out of there. Let's put him as the governor of Treasure Island. He's a much better governor. This guy might be a decent commander. So endless zeros. +1 fleet beam attack, +2 fleet moves. Okay, that's pretty cool. Let's start building up a fleet. Or we're thinking about building up a fleet. For the moment, we might just have him. He's got a survey module. Yes, he has. Good. Okay.
Millennia ago, This place served as a transportation hub, a part of a civilization-wide network solely for civilian transport.
Yeah, let's get the influence growth. I think that's going to be decent. We're actually not doing bad in influence. I'm surprised he'll not put any effort into it whatsoever. Let's grab that artifact there. How do you use harmony crystals on a leader? Oh, I'll show you. So you go into here, you click on the, you find wherever they are, you click on them, and then there's this button here, look, gift, and this gives them a harmony crystal and it increases their loyalty. They're quite useful because the negative events you can get from low leadership can be quite annoying. Okay, let's get this one over this way. By the way, don't. There's also a little gift button here, but it's like a gift ship. Don't do that unless you want to give the ship to whoever's territory your ship is currently residing in. No, they want us to fight the Taurians. No, I'd rather fight the Taurians against you. Ah, hold on. If the Taurians grab that Promethean, that's kind of interesting, look. They let that one go. Look, they've not got the Durantium or the antimatter here anyway. We could send a sneaky sneaky constructor in that way to do that. If they're not paying, they've not got their eyes on the ball. It's kind of unusual for the AI to do that. I've not seen it do that before. Let's get some financial districts up here. Yeah, I think so. We really want money. Lots of money. Let's get a bunch of missile frigates up because I like missiles in this game. CB's saying, is that only for governors or any leader? It's for any leader that you've got in any of your positions, pretty much, I think. Now, the way that the game handles leaders that are in factions is a little bit different. So I'm not 100% sure there. Have we unlocked the factions yet? Yes, we have. So when we've got more money, and I really want money, I think what I'm going to do, you know, our research is terrible though. I was going to say we could sell some of our research. Probably to someone who's not very strong. Got navigators who we aren't even close to. Yeah, look, these guys. So for example, we could sell one of our techs like that. Alternatively, you can swap it for another research. Some space streaming might be a good one at this point. Nah, they're not willing to give that up. Okay, they'll give us interstellar cartography. I'd rather have the money, to be honest. What's that? 550. Try and get some more out of them. We can give some diplomatic capital as well. Let's take all out. I don't need that. I want money. Okay. Oops. Okay, there we go. Let's squeeze in as much as we can out of them. They want us to attack the Iconian Refuge. I'm remaining neutral. I'm not getting involved in your wars yet. I'm not ready for that. Let's hire a miner. That's good. That's a good thing to be doing. Where was that mining ship appear? Where did it arrive? Is that it? No, that's a mining base. Okay, we'll find it in a minute. So I'm tempted just to sneak this in. Look, nobody's using this manufacturing relic. Oh no, yes they are. Okay, it has been claimed. Okay, that was wishful thinking on my part there. Let's get a... I think we're going to have to start getting some communication star bases up. Maybe an economic star base though to start off with. Because the quicker you get those up, the better. Okay, that's plus 8% manufacturing. We probably need some of the research techs. I've been neglecting research, I feel. Okay, the Iconians are starting to trade, looking like they might be trading with us. Oh, there's our mining base, mining ship. That's not a good place to put it, is it? Let's go and jump up there. Ah, if we had a module, we could get a Techopod hive on this. We want that on the Durantium mine, I'd say. The Durantium mine being this one here. Oh, we are actually producing Techopod hides. That's really cool. So that's going to mean that our mines are going to be more meaningful. Great, because there was not that many resources on this map from what I can see. At least in this sector. We started in the sector with not so many resources. Okay, Kujam 3. Let's get that shipyard up. So we started to make use of the manufacturing the military it's creating. Let's just see where this wants to go. Okay, Iconia, Altaria. Okay, so we've started trading with all of these. It wants to go here to Seward. And this one probably could go the same. Because this will, hopefully, unless someone invades it, it will always be neutral. Okay, these guys are being... gonna swear then. They're being annoying and accusing the Iconians of stuff. We don't want them to accuse the Iconians. We can denounce the governor here. This will include... It reduces loyalty by 10. Okay, we can... Yeah, I'm not worried about the Iconians invading me now, to be honest. Like, I don't think they're going to when they war with the Taurians as well. That would make no sense. Here's a supply ship. We're going to send that down to Kujam 3. Defensive studies. They're offering Promethean. Ah. Alright, I'm going to do that. Because Promethean helps our growth. Now, it's not going to help us a lot, but I don't know if Alexander's still watching, but here we are. Look, Alexander. Let me just show you the growth, the way that it works. So, you'll see that the Onyx, the value that we're getting for these two Onyx is now raised up ever so slightly. And that's because we've actually got some Promethean in here. The way that Promethean works on these citizens is kind of interesting. So Silicon citizens contribute 0.4 growth per month, plus an additional 0.006 growth per Promethean. Okay, so we'll have gone up to 0.3, basically. 0.03 per turn, just from having 5. So it's not quite that you have to have 100. I kind of agree with you, though, that, you know, once you've got 100 Promethean, yes, then you've got the same growth rate as other species, basically. So 100 is like a nice milestone to work for, but it doesn't mean that that any less than 100 doesn't actually directly contribute to the growth, because it does. Okay, commander ship. This is the Echoing Void. Start getting these over this way.
Our ship has made its way into an intriguing area that seems to be populated with bubbles from the 4th dimension. These bubbles go through a cycle of expansion and contraction, disappearing.
Let's get the plus 10% research. I think it's going to be useful. Oh, we've also got the ability to go for... we don't have many individualist citizens, so this isn't going to be that valuable yet. Entrepreneur specialization is good, though. We definitely want that early. Oh, yeah, it can only be unlocked on my turn. Sorry, guys. I was jumping the gun a little bit there. Okay, more trade licenses. We get free trade. This gives us more trade income. It's a civilization policy. We're going to immediately enact that, I think. Okay, we've got better missiles. I'm tempted to go for this one as, you know, entertainment, although this would increase our growth, so let's go for that. I probably should have done that a little bit earlier in the game. Let's get private property rights. Then we can start getting some entertainers. We don't have many people to do that. This guy would be a good entertainer, though. Entrepreneur, sorry, that's the word I was looking for, not entertainer. So there we go. So look, that increased our income quite a bit on this planet. If we do it on a planet that's got really, really high... Yeah, see, he's going to be a good entrepreneur. Watch the income go up. There we go, look, we got nearly 3. And this chap wants to be a worker, I'd say. Might have actually been better off putting him in as an entrepreneur. But let's just leave him as a worker for the time being. We do need some work. We do need some manufacturing on the planet. Okay, the governor's mansion would be a good one to put up. That improves our loyalty. That's going to be good for him because he's kind of got low loyalty here. We've also got the Hall of Tradition I've forgotten to put up too. That was foolish. That one wants to go kind of with wealth buildings. Yeah. Also the trade network, look. 10% gross income. Ah, we also need an... it's time to build homes too. He's not the slumlord, is he? No. Okay. Yeah, we need planetary terrain analysis first for the housing district anyway. So in the meantime, we should probably put up the trade network. Yeah, maybe here. And then we also want to put up the Hall of Tradition. We want to get that up soon. Actually, I missed that completely. And that's a good place for it too. Look, with the tourism bonus, or on here. Yeah, that's going to increase our gross income a lot. Yeah, it's going to be a big gross income increase. But it's on a tourism thing as well. Yeah. See, we could put the Heritage Centre on here. That would be even better, look. Yeah, that's a much better bonus. Then we get the Hall of Tradition, probably... I think there. I don't want to start rooting everything up. But that might be a good plan. We're going to go all in on the money. Okay, we've got another freighter. Let's get this one. Let's see where we've got a decent lucrative trade income. Toria's a good one. Oh, that one's been going for a while though, I think. Yeah, the route age is helping there. We've got 4 licenses available, so... send it up to Altaria. Another freighter. Let's get this one over to Toria. Alright. More frigates to defend with. Yes, we're going to build a mining base. How long have I been playing for? I can't even remember what time I started. Okay, so nearly 2 hours. That's interesting. Time flies when you're having fun. I might go and grab another drink in a moment. Okay.
High pollution has led to the birth of a new pathogen on the planet.
Oh dear.
At this point, it's unclear where exactly it started. But what is clear is how little resistance our colonists have to the virus.
We don't want plagued.
Fortunately, it is rarely lethal. But this also means that it allows the host to survive and transmit the virus to others.
No, I'm going to quarantine everyone. This is going to damage our, a lot of our outputs. But we've got decent monetary income, look. Yeah, we're doing really well. Approval's quite high as well. Aurelius, hey Battle Mode, what's the gimmick for this run? Okay, so the gimmick for this run is that I'm playing a civilization that isn't really well geared towards what I'm playing as. So we are a civilization with rich and wealthy. So we're kind of like the corporate sector, except we didn't get any of the bonuses, the big credit bonus that the corporate sector gets. So we're like a kind of poor man's corporate sector. However, we're not doing bad. We're actually second, look, and we've got a reasonable economy. So we're basically an economic faction. We're trying to survive by basically making lots of money. That's how I'm going to play it. We could actually increase our manufacturing here with 0G scaling. I think I'm going to do that. I need more star bases as well. This is like really not enough star bases for me. Who the hell is that? Oi, get out of there. Get out of my territory. Stealing that artifact from under my nose. I wouldn't do that to you, would I? Alrighty. It's interesting. So there's 2 kind of big trading civilizations next to one another. It's not really in our interest. Uh-oh. Did we lose the... Okay, it looks like we lost the Ascension Crystal, which is a bit of a problem. I am going to have to do something about that. Let's go for the Colonial Clinic, because that will boost our growth, and our growth is pretty abysmal at the moment, as you can see. This is on Kujam 3. This place is going to take ages to get up, I think. try and build a few manufacturing districts. At least try to build that. Oh, I've got the Articarpus route. Interesting. Alright, we want another... I think we want another supply ship. Let's get a bunch of supply ships and try and get that building up as quickly as we can. Meanwhile... we need modules. But we also need ships. Let's see what we can build with regards to... yeah, we don't need to worry about ship design for the moment because we're not... I don't really bother with it until we get cruisers, generally speaking. Not because it's... you can get better ships, don't get me wrong. You can design better ships. I'm just not that bothered about them at the moment. What's this one got on it? Yeah, see, I'm not worried about building too many ships yet. We're not doing terribly as far as military is concerned. Okay, constructor. Okay, is that too close to that one? Yes. Let's get a communications starbase up here and the cultural awareness centre so we can start pushing our influence out. We also want to start doing that down here too, I'd say. Let's just build a constructor here. And I think I'm going to send some frigates down to Kujan. Let's get this starbase. Let's get a constructor up here. Migration of space creatures. Okay, we can get money for this or we can just protect them. This will... civilizations, sorry, that care about such things will give you a bonus for saving the space whales. So you probably want to do that. Okay, we want more money because we want more people to put into our factions. That's my next goal, I'd say. Zloxys are going to give us crime, but then we'll start getting leaders. I'm going to do this. I might live to regret it. The crime can be a bit of a problem that the Zloxy give you. But we can always imprison them if we want. And yeah, 2 free citizens at this stage of the game ain't bad. He can be an entrepreneur, look. Bit more money. Now the Zaloxy are going to need food. That's the only thing. So we've kind of we have to break into the food game. Let's get some more manufacturing up on that planet. Okay, that's where that flagship is. See if we can grab this one. Oh, it's already been surveyed. Oh, it's that one, is it? Already being surveyed. Let's head over this way. Okay. How are we looking? Yeah, we're looking good. I think I've found the... I found my difficulty level. I think Genius is about right for me. I like... Especially if you have a sort of cramped start like this. Aurelius is saying, do you think you'll push for tourism income as well or focus on other sources? Tourism's great. You need to push out influence because tourism is generated through your borders basically. So you need lots of borders. So yes, tourism's great. It's quite a fun way to play if you want to go that way, I'd say. Loads of flagships going down that direction. All right, they want an exploration treaty. And they're going to give us a bunch of tech, so I'm going to say yes to that. That's a good deal for us, I'd say. I don't mind, unless they're planning on attacking us, which in that case... yeah, your military build-up concerns us, look. Can we get a diplomat in there? Okay, we need more control so we can invite some more leaders, because the leaders we've got here aren't great. Did I try to survey with a non-survey ship? Looks like I did. Just remind myself of what's over here. Nothing. Okay. I want you to get back on being auto-exploring. I still don't think we've got subspace scanning, have we? Oh, there we are, look. Yeah, so we have, and let's see if we can find a probe. That one there. This one here. Let's get this one out. This subspace gate. Another one here, look. Let's get these guys exploring up that way now. We might be able to actually send out some ships. Okay, yeah, it looks like those guys got that Ascension Crystal. I was a bit slow off the mark there. I probably should have got that over the Durantium, but I just think Durantium's important. In fact, I think it's so important, I'm going to put a Tekapod mining unit on this. And spend that Tekapod hive. We've got a supply ship. That wants to come down to here to Kujam 3.
Your flagship has stumbled upon an abandoned research outpost.
Okay, got some scientific data. That's just upgraded that. Alright. I would like the extended... if we can get some more Durantium. I'm tempted to buy a little if it's cheap. Yeah, let's just get a few of those and upgrade this while I still remember. Give it the extended reinforced hull. Gives it a big boost on hit points. And this is a decent... This isn't a bad ship. We can use this once it's finished research. Once it's finished doing its surveying. Okay, we're going to use that and see what leaders we've got. An asteroid miner. Okay. He's not great, but he will work in a faction. I think we're going to increase growth. Now, this is a good one for us because we don't care about food so much. It's only there's a Loxy that will be a problem with the food. And we can always just imprison them or send them somewhere if they become a real problem. Yeah, I think getting tourism income later in the game would be a really good idea. In fact, I mean, we'll try to build for it now, but... I'm going to take just a couple of minutes break, folks. I'm just going to make myself a quick drink and use the restroom, so I won't be a moment. DK Nude says, good morning from Alaska. Thank you for the stream. Oh, hello from Scotland. Is it cold for you too? It's actually, I'm not cold at all. I'm under these lamps, and the lamps are actually quite warm. So, but I bet Alaska's damn cold. How fantastic! You know what? That's some place that I'd quite like to visit sometime, because I had a friend who went up there recently, and she said it was amazing. It was just so beautiful, in a really unusual way as well. Right, guys, I'll be back in just 2 minutes, so just I won't be long. Hey folks, I am back. Sorry about the little delay there. Right. So where were we? Navigators want us to fight the Iconians. No. I wish to profit from you all. Let's... Subspace streaming. Let's get this finally, so that we can actually get through here, because I didn't realise we didn't already had that. Okay. It looks like we've got too many ships going for the same anomalies. We're kind of running out of anomalies in this direction. Maybe go and grab this one up this direction here. Northeast of the map. We're getting pushed in by the Iridium here. We need some economic star bases, I think. So one of the criticisms I saw about the fact that you can stack star bases is something I do not agree with at all, and the criticism was that it makes certain aspects of the game trivial. I don't think it does. I think that it's there so that you can fix problems if you want, but you do have to dedicate significant resources to star bases. So I don't think it makes anything trivial. I think it just means you've got to dedicate your game to a certain point, in a certain direction if you want to, if you want to fix a certain issue. So here's the Korath clan. So what I mean by this is, right, let's say, okay, enemies culture pushing me, so I can stack some influence star bases here and push them back. It's not a trivial thing. You have to build the modules, you have to build the star bases, you pay for the upkeep of the star bases, you have to use resources in order to build the star bases. This is the kind of criticism I see a lot about 4X games, where people kind of they say stuff like that, but they've not really thought about all the multitude of different maps. Like, sure, it might make it trivial on a map where you've got unlimited like if you've got a trivial amount of resources, or where resources are trivially produced, yes, then it'll make certain things trivial because producing them is trivial, right? But if you're playing on a map like this, it's not trivial to get star bases out in this map. Kayanud saying, oh, it's -7, not fun. Wow, -7C. That's about my limit. After about, I can survive in -7 outside without too much on for about half an hour. Any lower than that is too. We don't really get -7 is quite rare in the UK. But he says, but gorgeous, wouldn't live anywhere else. Oh, I bet Alaska's amazing. Vash is saying it only becomes trivial if there's no real downside, i.e. you can build them without a significant impact on some other aspect like income. Yeah, exactly. So, right, if you're playing on... I've noticed with Galciv, right, that if you play on a map where you've got like a lot of space to expand yourself and you end up with lots of strategic resources, you've basically made the game easy for yourself, okay? So then, yes, it's trivial to spam out star bases to fix problems. This is what I mean, like a kind of... Yeah, we got a negative review about that, and it annoyed me a little bit, but I understand where they're coming from, but it's like, stop, especially if you're a veteran player, stop making the game easy for yourself. This is kind of like a sandbox game in a lot of ways, and I think that you have to set the game up for the kind of game that you want. That's what Galciv, that was the core feature of Galciv, right from Galciv 1. Play the kind of game that you want to play, and I think people are trying to play it like they'd play Endless Space or or Stellaris, and it's a different game. You can't, people are obviously going to kind of think that they're similar, but they play drastically differently. This is not like a Master of Orion style game, really. I mean, it's similar, but it's that Galciv is so different to the other 4X, Space 4X, in my opinion. Oh no, oh, that's the supply ship. Sorry guys, I'm not paying attention. Yeah, so it's really it's such a different game. Vesh is saying, I think this is the same argument we made with Distant Worlds 2. About what, sorry? About what aspects? Yeah, Distant Worlds 2's got different issues. Like, the thing is, Distant Worlds 2's also a sandbox game, though. So you should set the game up to play it how you want to play it. Like, the Distant Worlds 2, well, Distant Worlds in general really clicked to me when Daz Tactics said, look, I've stopped looking at this as like a competitive min-maxing 4X game, and more as a simulation that you're, kind of a fun simulation for you to play. And as soon as I started looking at it like that, I started loving that game so much more. And he's dead right with that. You can min-max it, but it's not a great game for min-maxing. Whereas this is a good game for min-maxing. However, you need to set it up so that it's a min-maxing game. If that makes sense. I don't think that's an inconsistent thing to say. Yeah, the settings make the game. Absolutely. Yeah, the settings absolutely make the game. So I would be violently opposed to removing the ability to stack star bases. I think it's one of the game's core features. It's really fun to be able to do that. If you start removing that, you might as well remove the whole planetary, adjacency system as well. It's the same thing, basically. All right, what do we want here? We probably want an economic star base, I'd say. What's Treasure Island's output like? Maybe we go for that first. The influence is probably, we need to get on top of that quicker. Oops. My problem is with this game, I sometimes click on stuff so fast that I miss buttons. Alright. You see, I really like Master of Orion and Remnants of the Precursors, but I think the early game and the mid game in this is kind of more fun. I think Remnants of the Precursors, I think Master of Orion really starts coming into its own sort of in the mid game. Hi Jerry, how's it going? Good to see you, man. So this is one of those things, because I have to play this at work when I'm making videos for the game. It's often that I will. Oh, we don't have any control for this, so yeah, sorry. It's one of those games where, like, I'm making, I'm having to get some footage for a video, so I'm playing through to a certain point of the game, and then unfortunately I can't finish it because I have to go back to work and do something else. So I always want to play this more when I'm outside of work, because getting the videos. Oh, hang on, is that? Someone's grabbing that one. So getting the videos kind of whets my appetite for playing.
In the cosmos, radiating a bewildering energy that appears to harmonize with the creation.
That just gives you a bunch of research points.
Your flagship reaches the peculiar artifact.
Oh, and we got some antimatter out of this one as well. Okay, this is good. We're starting to pick up on some of the artifacts. We can reveal some more artifacts as well by. Yeah. Okay, so this couldn't go through the subspace stream yet because we've not got the technology for it. Let's just hit space there. So yeah. Another thing that I'm enjoying about the game is the fact that you don't have to play with a massive empire. Like, if you, again, like what Vosh is saying, the settings make the game. So if you want to play a game where you've got a lot of space to expand and you really enjoy the colony management, which I do, I love, then it can be a very fun game to have lots more space between you and your AI, the AI, so that you can kind of expand up to them and really build a big empire. Welsh is saying, I don't think it's fair to attempt to compare something like Galactic to Master of Orion outside the basic. It's a 4X in space. I agree. It's very, very different. It has the same basic core principles in that it's a 4X game, but the way that it approaches it, yeah, exactly. It's an entirely different design philosophy. Jerry's saying, sorry, just joined late. What difficulty are you playing on? I'm playing on Genius, and I basically put it on slightly more than the recommended amount of AI civs, so we've got quite a lot of civs all packed into one area. I'm playing a trade-based civilization that I've made in Alien GPT. I hope that helps. Let's get another economic starbase up here with a starbase factory. Here we go. Oh yeah, and we're also using the Onyx, so we are a silicon-based civilization. So we want lots of Promethean, basically. We're trying to get Promethean, but there isn't very much out there in the galaxy. That might be a good bet. Increase our income. Also, we need housing, so that's probably a little bit more drastic. Now, did we get? Oh yes, we've got the Colonial Clinic. Oh, okay, right. Bear with me a minute. Let me just think about this. I'd probably be tempted to put the clinic up here. Here, look. Then we can sort of build this into our. Alternatively, we put it here. However, I think I want more financial districts and this kind of stuff here. One more turn until subspace streaming. You're going to have to wait. Let me just check how many trade licenses we've got now. Okay, we've only got one available, so let's not build any more trade ships. At Lumina here. Let's get another supply ship out. We're just going to get lots of supply ships out, and we're going to really pump up the manufacturing of our other colonies. Okay, they want xenobiology for subspace streaming. No. No. And I don't want open borders with you either, because you are gross and disgusting. Okay, Iridia's doing pretty well. Iridia is doing pretty well. You see, look, this is we've got playing on Genius. I'm getting the same kind of growth as the AI. Jerry Fido is saying, I'm currently playing as well, the same difficulty. Can you dig into star bases as far as defense and where to build them? I think they're crucial when you have so many neighbors around. Yes, if you get attacked, they are. Just put them as close together as possible in strategic positions where the AI is going to have to fly around them. People forget that they are actually meant to be a blocker as well. I, Kurdowen, ruler of the fierce and tenacious Aloxis, extend my greetings to you, leader of the enigmatic Silicon Syndicate. We, warriors born of carbon, embrace the darkness of nihilism, driven by our insatiable thirst for power. This is the alien GPT stuff, by the way. Every time you make a civilization, it generates text for all of the cursives in the game to speak to you with, which I really like. Okay. Here's subspace streaming, so we can get through the subspace stuff now. Next, we probably want to start thinking about better weapons for ships, maybe. Or we go into Xeno Entertainment, yeah, for the culture. They've really drastically reduced the bonuses that the cultural text give, which I'm glad about, because culture was so strong. It was broken strong, and now it's much more in line with what you'd probably want it to be. This is a research planet, I think. Let's get some research up here. Wow, look at that. Technological capital will take a long time. However, I want it, so let's get that up. We're gonna send a bunch of supply ships down here to get that done. Through we go. What do you mean by fly around them? It means that remember that this is a hex-based game, so that your military star bases are a physical blocker. So you can, if you stack them next to one another, the AI they can't get in the way of them. So if you've got decent income and you can afford the upkeep on the star bases, you can use them in tandem with, you know, like the planets, and you can actually create physical blocks. Okay, let's get this supply ship down here. I'm not saying that you want to build a whole wall of them necessarily, but you can really block where the AI is moving, especially when you start overlapping them with the different modifiers they've got to movement later in the game. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do with star bases that I don't think people have necessarily seen. Oh, they want money. No, that's not our problem. Get lost. Okay, they want defensive studies and xenobiology for orbital manufacturing, exotic world colonization and knowledge hoarding. I don't care about that one, but yeah, this is really good for them. I'm not going to go for that. Let's see, though, if they will give us orbital manufacturing for something. And I want credits. Actually, what about knowledge hoarding? Yeah, that's good. And we'll give you credits. Yeah, I think that looks good to me. We could probably trade for Promethean rather than the credits, but that's... What's that? 200, is it? Yeah, that's 200. That's 200 credits. No, it's 800. Yeah, it's 400 credits. Sorry, my maths is so bad. You need more manufacturing, says Flashpoint FPS. Hello, how's it going? Yes, probably do, but you don't need it. You can, yeah, you kind of want it you want it as early as possible, but if you can kind of buy stuff as well if you got a lot of money, which is kind of what I was going for. Grimdark saying, I still think culture is broken strong. It's so much easier to culture flip as opposed to invade, but that's a minor niggle. I don't think it's as strong as it was, and because the cultural texts don't give as much culture anymore. So if you have to build for a strong culture build now, which means that you're going to be weaker in some other area. So if you do the AI, it's a lot easier for them to invade you because you're going to have less ships. So that's, I mean, you know, it just depends. Obviously, if you're a very strong player, then you might be able to. It depends on the difficulty setting and what's, you know, on the map layout as well. I don't think it's broken strong anymore. I think it's one of those things that if you build for it, it can be strong depending on the situation you're in. Vaish says, how does persuade and threaten work? They both give 5% to your to your weight to what you're asking for. Hold on, where was that? They both give an extra 5% weight, yeah, but they... Well, that one's already been done. Okay, let's go and get this one then. But they, the threaten actually reduces your relations with them for a bit because you threaten them, and persuade, you can only do it every 8 turns or 12 turns, something like that. I actually think persuade's a bit too strong. I think they probably should increase the cooldown on it because it's rare that I don't use it. So, but I don't know. Maybe other people talk to the AI more than I do. I definitely need more manufacturing on some of these planets. Oh, we're getting culture pushed here, look. Vice is saying, can you boost that in any way? Yes, you can with certain civilization abilities and traits. I think we want... Let's get some constructors out here. Okay, we've got another one here. I think we're going to go with economic base. Starbase factory. We need some more modules now. That might be worth building too. Okay. Who have we found out here? We've got pretty much everybody in the game, so I'm going to meet them all eventually. Now we could get rid of some of our weaker trade routes and start sending trade ships out to some of the longer ones, because the longer the trade route, the more valuable they are. Jerry Fide is asking, is there a point to build military versus communication starbase? Military starbases are entirely for boosting military and fleets, basically. So, no, not really. I don't think they help against communication starbases, if that's what you mean. To defend against communication, like to defend against influence, you want to put fleets on your planets that are in danger of rebelling, because that will slow down the rebellion in a big way. Okay, we've got a constructor here. We definitely want to put. We're going to put a communication starbase. Hold on, 1, 2, 2. We're going to put a communication starbase up here. Now, nihilism. If you go into nihilism, there's a really amazing. This one, moral relativism, is one of the strongest culture traits or ideology traits in the game. It gives you quadruple stats for nihilists, which is massive. That's just really powerful if you've got a lot of them. It unlocks relativistic ethics beacon, which is a 50% boost to any colonies for culture, so that's huge. And then it also gives you all event choices give awareness into every ideology, not just one. So if you really want to go into culture, you want to go for this. Go for sacred history, unlock the Hall of Tradition, so you're getting 2 culture points per turn, and then you want to go for nihilism and going into... Oh, happened there? Little UI glitch. I think I've reported that actually. And yeah, and then you go for moral relativism. Okay, Kujam here again. I think we're probably going to start building some ships. Yeah, I'm going to get the fighters with rail weapons, just in case we do start getting culture pushed. There's just going to be a little bit more time to deal with it. Okay. Increase of wealth, but an increase of crime. That's on Treasure Island. Or relations with contaminant will deteriorate, but at least the crime will remain unchanged. It's going to give us +3 wealth. I think I'm going to do that. So that's like, look, we got 21 resource input on this one. We got to protect this planet because this is going to be making us a lot of money. Ooh. So he's a Tibetan monastery reincarnated hero who's got cybernetic implants. Why not? Let's get him in a faction. We probably want to increase... that could be good. But I think probably... Hang on. What's... Intelligence and diligence. That's social and resolve, so he's not going to be so good at that. That's going to increase crime a little bit, but it's going to drastically increase military, and that would be good for getting ships out quicker. So that's going to help.
Our scientists have created a cure and immunized the entire population of the planet. At last,
Great stuff. So the quarantine's ended on Lumina, so we're going to be back to our manufacturing, proper manufacturing that we were on. Also, we haven't got anything. We've got no Durantium by the looks of it. 0.7 per turn. Jerry Fido's asking, since you're part of a company now, congrats by the way, there is one thing that always annoys me. Did they fix the event minimize, but when another nation is asking you to join them in war? No, there's no way. Did they fix the event minimize? Minimize to see if you want to decline or join. Yes. So if you get an event now, you just click outside of the event and it will just minimize it, and then the event will come back later. And so that 95% of the events you can do that with. There's a couple that you can't, but they're usually, if I remember right, they're usually ones that you don't need to look at anything with. And it's not events. I'm trying to think of what situation that will be. There's a couple of critical things that don't allow you to do that, but for the most part that is in now, yes. I'll show you it actually if we get the opportunity. Alright. CB, thanks for the stream and the guidance. Gotta go. Looking forward to watching the rest later. Yeah, actually, I'm going to have to finish soon anyway because my dinner's going to be ready in about 10 minutes. So what I'll do is I'll come back to this game. I'll probably play it again tomorrow if I get some chance. Jerry Fighter saying, yes, event correct, but not when another nation is asking you to join a war. Okay. All right. Okay. Maybe that's the... Yeah, maybe not then. I'm not sure, to be honest. I'll have to check that. I will have to check that. Beta Monocorotis for rare resources. Okay, that would give us more farming, but we don't want that. So increasing wealth over farming is a great idea because we just don't need food. Apart from on the Zaloxy. I'm interested, have we got any Zaloxy leaders yet? No. Okay, we will start getting them. Supply ship, yes, out to Kujam 3. We want to get that technological capital up as quickly as possible. We also want to get manufacturing into... Which one was that? Let's just get this guy on auto explore, I think. Alright, grabbing some capsules. There's still a bunch of them up here, look, but there's some space monsters flying around. That's why no one's gone for them yet. Okay, I thought we'd have a little bit more trade than this by now. We've got a decent trade income, 60. Ah, by the way, we've also got free trade, which we should probably put in. Let's get rid of experimental drives now, and we'll put that in there. Yeah, trade income's now 107, look. Yeah, and then it's divided by the tax. Okay, 50 credits a turn is not too bad. Yeah, we do need more modules. That's the next thing we need to build when we get the opportunity. Let's get this flagship going up that way.
Your flagship reaches the peculiar artifact.
Okay, we got some antimatter from that little from that event. Okay, here's the Korath. Oh, the Korath are doing really well. That's kind of worrying. Jerry Fido saying, thanks for the update, we'll be joining the next stream. Regarding trade, does it matter if you send your trades to the capital or any colony they own? So the trades worked out by the amount of wealth on the planet and also by the distance from your starting colony, also your colony's wealth, and any trade improvements on there, and the length of the trade. So how old the trade route is. Here's Xeno Entertainment. Let's get Starbase Refinery up, so that'll give us a couple of extra starbases. Meanwhile on Lumina, I'm going to build another constructor, and we're going to try to... I think we're kind of falling behind on influence now. We probably need to build some bases up. We can get a tourism boost. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Yeah, look, that gave us about 10 credits per turn extra. Another supply ship down to Cryo 3 here. We've almost got the technological capital up. There's going to be a technological world if we can. Now, I am tempted to stream later on. But maybe I'll leave it for the evening. Oh, wow, look, these are pushing back on us. I think we've got a lot of our trade income coming from the Iridia. Oh, some of it is, but not a whole lot. So, I mean, we could evade them. I want warfare to be a last resort in this one. I really want to see how far I can get with building up trade and manufacturing, that kind of stuff. Okay, here's the navigators. I don't often see the navigators doing very well. This is a really, really interesting game. Korath clan and navigators usually don't do very well, but they're actually slightly ahead of everyone. Okay, Kujam here. Let's get... should we get another frigate type? Okay, so we've got a fairly well defensible. I'm going to call it a bullet. There we go. Even though that's completely not representative of what it is. Okay, here we also want... What we got here? We've got an economic base. And we've got a culture base. I'm actually going to send this one down here. And I'm gonna put up another culture base here.
Your top captain has reported the discovery of a lost cargo container floating in
I'm going to
space.
sell this. The worker is good, but I want money. I'd rather have my own citizens. Oh, we're starting to get Zaloxi in now, look. She's cheap. -3 global crime as well. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, she's going to be good in here. Also, she's also a decent diplomat. I might put her as a diplomat with the corporate sector. Yeah, that makes sense. I think. Yeah, I think that's good. Alternatively, we could put... Alternatively, we can put her into here and get way more growth. So there are ways of overcoming some of your weaknesses in the game, as you can see. Oh, right. I would really, really like the extended reinforced hull on this. Yeah, because that's going to turn that ship from something that's kind of weak into something that's a lot stronger. Look, here we go. We can actually defeat pirates quite easily now without any damage. Let's go and grab that. Again, Kujam... Where are we? The BM bullet. Let's get a couple of those up so we've got something to defend ourselves with in case the Iridium do start to kind of push us a bit too hard. Okay. Okay, we're nearly done with the technological capital after we've supplied it with all those supply ships. If you've got a really, really strong... If you've got a really strong manufacturing capability on one of your planets, it can be quite useful. Okay, it's going to be here, isn't it? Oops. Let's put up... another economic starbase. I forget who it was now, but whoever said Flashpoint FPS, yes. You need more manufacturing. I'm starting to agree with you. Okay, Grimduck saying, thanks for the stream, Battle Mode. Really helped me better understand how to play silicoids and how to deal with culture in general. Had no idea ships reduced it. Thanks for a great stream. No, you're welcome. And Jerry Friday says, thank you for a great stream. You can see how much you enjoy this game. Yeah, I really like it. This is, you know, honestly, I think the reason why... I know Brad told me he was watching my stuff for a while, and I know he follows the Explorminate as well. So, you know, I've interviewed Brad Wardell a few times. So we sort of knew each other a little bit, but he kind of... I think he picked... Stardock picked me up partly because of my enthusiasm for this game. I like most of their games, though. Like, I think that Stardock they've made some really, really good games in the past, and they are dedicated to making good games. There's always going to be a bit of conflict between making the game that you want to make and making games that people want to play and making money. That's the critical thing that you got to get right with a developer. And Stardock are trying to sort of do all of it. And I honestly think that they focus on making good games more so than a lot of other games developers who are also trying to make money do, if you follow me. I don't mean to insult anyone with that, by the way. I think the other thing is that Brad himself is particularly invested in Galciv. It's his game. You know, this is his. pet project that he's been working on since 1993. So he wants it to do well, and he he takes the criticism seriously. He can take it to heart as well, and so I think that it's important to know that even though I'm working for Stardock, right, I like this game before. I liked this game before I worked at Stardock, and in that respect, I feel that you can trust my opinion on it. I'm not just going, hey, I think this game's great, and secretly hating it. It's not like that. I think it's a really good game. I think it's a genuinely good game. That's a terrible deal for us, Iridium. They're supposed to be good traders. It's awful. Yeah, I think Galactic's a great game, and I think it's only going to get better. The Stardock are they are going to be supporting the game for a while. They support the games for years. They're going to add more content. They've already openly in the Discord been floating some ideas around how to make combat more engaging for people and more so there's some thought going into that at the moment, which I think is really, really cool. Oh, we need Durantium for the Colonial Clinic here. That would be good. But we've got this up now, the technological capital. I would be very tempted to put. Can we get a planetary mainframe here too? Yes, we can. But again, we need Promethean. And what else do you need here? Hang on, why can't we build that? Oh, did I spend all my Promethean? Silly me. Okay. I'd quite like to get the planetary mainframe up here if we had the Promethean. I'm also really, really tempted to get a cultural district up here too. But I'm going to take Flashpoint FPS's advice that I need more manufacturing here. I think that's probably a good idea. But where? I think I want this for research. Have we actually got anyone with a decent intelligence here? Yeah, we do. Yeah, we definitely need to get more research. We make the use of this if we're going to use it. Okay. Folks, I'm going to have to end the stream anyway because it looks like my dinner's ready. So thanks for watching. I'll either come back to this later today or I'll come back to it tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you next time. Take care.